Dear students, here is the solutions from the page number 205, question number 12b. So I'm going to explain the solutions. In question number 12b, we have a question. Find the equation of a straight line passing through the point 3, 2 and making an angle 45 degree with the line x minus 2y is equals to 3. So here are the solutions. On the solutions, I have considered required equations is y minus y1 is equals to m2 x minus x1, and you know that we always consider slope of required equations be m2. Because of that, I have written here where m2 equals to slope of equation first, and x1 y1 is always represent the passing point of equation first. So up to this, I think there is no problem. So we are given the passing point of equation I. Passing point of equation I is given by the equations. You can see that in the equations. That is 3, 2. So I have written here the passing point of given. It means the required straight line I is 3, 2. So when we substitute the values of x1 and y1 in equations I, then equations I becomes y minus 2 is equals to m2 x minus 3. So I have considered it as a equation A. So now we have given the equations. Given equations is x minus 2y is equals to 3, and then we can make it we can change it into linear form, general form of linear equations. So it becomes x minus 2y minus 3 equals to 0. So I have considered it as equation double I, and then I have found the slope of equation double I. The slope of a given equation is always considered as m2, sorry, m1. So m1 is equals to minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y, and coefficient of x is 1, and then minus is in formula, so I have written here minus 1, and then coefficient of y is minus 2, so it becomes 1 upon 2. So this is the slope of equation, given equations. It remains that equation double I. So what I consider here, I have considered theta be the angle between equation I and II. Equation I means the required equations which we are going to obtain, and then equation II is the given equation. So I have considered theta with the angle between the required equations and the given equation by the equations. And then after that, that theta is given here 45 degree in equations. So I have written here theta equals to 45 degree. And you know that we already got the slope of equation I and double I. Equation I has a slope m2. We consider it m2, and the equation double I has a slope 1 upon 2. We found it. So by using the formula, tan theta equals to plus or minus m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 to m2. So substitute their values, m1 and m2 there. We don't have a values of m2, so simply substitute the values of m1, that is 1 by 2, and then substitute the values of theta, that is 45 degree. Then with calculations, after with calculations, that we have to substitute tan 45 by 1, and then when this 2 is taken LCM, then it will be 1 minus 2m2 divided by 2. Again, if we take this 2 as LCM on denominator, then it will be also 2 plus m2 whole divided by 2. Then 2 and 2 will be cancelled, and then 1 minus 2m2 and 2 plus m2 are left, and in front of them we have plus or minus sign. Because of that, I have taken here plus sign first, and when I have taken the plus sign, there will be 1 is equals to 1 minus 2m2 divided by 2 plus m2, and then do the cross multiplications. Then you will get the values of m2 is equals to minus 1 upon 3 while we take positive sign. But while we take negative sign, there will be 1 is equals to minus whole bracket 1 minus 2m2 divided by 2 plus m2. So what I told you in class also, I told you once you multiply by minus 2, it's a numerator. No need to multiply by that minus 2, it's a denominator. So this minus is multiplied to either on numerator or in denominator. So I have taken this minus on numerator. Because of that, what I did here, I have multiplied by, I did the cross multiplication for 2 plus m2 to this 1, and it is equals to 2 plus m2. And right hand side there is minus times of 1 minus 2m2. We have to keep the bracket because this minus should multiply to every terms inside the bracket, and it is left 2 plus m2 is equals to minus 1 plus 2m2. It becomes minus 1 plus 2m2, and then I move the 2m2 on left hand side and then 2 on right hand side, and it becomes m2 minus 2m2 is equals to minus 1 minus 2. So finally minus m2 is equals to, we got minus 3, and then m2 is equals to 3. So dear students, we got values of m2 is equals to, we got two values of m2. One is minus 1 upon 3, and the another one is that m2 is equals to 3. So we got 2m2. Because of that, we will get the two equations of a straight line, which is which makes an angle 45 degree to the given straight line. So here I have taken the equations A. That what we consider in equations A, we consider this. Where is it? Yeah, here is equation A. So equation A is the equations where we substituted the values of x and y1. So it means it is the equations obtained by substituting the values of x and y1. So I have taken the equations A. You can see I have taken equations A, and then while we have the two values of m2, so I have taken m2 equals to minus 1 upon 3 at the beginning, at the first, and then simply I have substituted the values of m2 here, and I did the cross multiplications. Then after a bit calculations, you will get the one equations, that x plus 3y minus 9 equals to 0. Yeah, so we obtained this equation while we substituted slope m2 equals to minus 1 upon 3. But we have a two slopes, so I have considered another slope. It means I have substituted another slope m2 equals to 3 at the same equation A. So when we substitute m2 by 3 in the equations A, then it will be, you can see that the simplifications here, 3x minus 9 will be there, and then move that y and minus 2 on right hand side, it becomes 0 equal to 3x minus y minus 9 plus 2, and then finally it will be 3x minus y minus 7 equals 0. So hence I found the two equations, x plus 3y minus 9 equals to 0 and 3x minus y minus 7 equals to 0. These are the required equations of a straight line which makes an angle 45 degree to the given equations x minus 2y is equals to 3. So hope you guys understand. If you have any confusions on the solution, you can ask me in a class. Thank you so much. See you.